Welcome to the very first episode of Title Talk, the show where myself, DJ Firebrand, and DJ Bast present each other with songs and then discuss it. Listeners, please note that any views or opinions expressed on this show are not in any way representative of WFHB as an organization and are instead just views of DJ Bast and myself. I'm DJ Firebrand, and I have a song called Getting Sodas by The World is a Beautiful Place, and I am no longer afraid to die.
Well, let's hear it. That was good.
Yeah, I believe that it has some really impressive lyricism going on in there. There's definitely some heavy like themes of loss, or at least I haven't actually been able to find anything that directly states like the meaning of what exactly they were trying to write about. But
That's really the beauty of art, isn't it?
yeah, it's open to interpretation, and yes, that is, yeah.
It went through like a lot of like phases, and like the music like changed like very drastically in a lot of different parts, I noticed.
Yeah, I think it has a lot of interesting song structure in the sense that it's basically one long verse and then 4 choruses as the outro. It's interesting. So one of the first lyrics is the overbearing weight. This house weighs heavy on my mind, and it invokes a feeling of kind of separation with like this place that you'd normally call home, you know?
Can you tell me anything about like the band itself?
The band itself was formed out of Willimantic, Connecticut in 2009. It's undergone a lot of
Connecticut is one of those places I forget exists sometimes.
oh yeah. However, it's undergone a lot of like changes within the members of the band.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been pretty reliable at releasing albums. They've been releasing ever since from 2011 to 2023, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I really like the way that all of their album covers are done. They're always like these kind of.
I think I've seen those before, and they definitely like caught my eye a whole lot.
Yeah, they're very almost like they're shot in a really nostalgic way that anyone can really relate to pretty easily, and I enjoy that. We have Are Here to Help You from 2011.
Yeah, they're like blurry Polaroids, right?
Yeah, they're very dreamlike in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But we have Are Here to Help You from 2011, Whenever If Ever from 2013, Between Bodies in 2014. They actually switched it up with the album cover in this one. They switched away from their design and adopted kind of a more drawn and black and white aesthetic. And then later on, they have Harmlessness in 2015, Formlessness in 2016, Always Foreign in 2017, Assorted Works in 2019, and Illusory Walls in 2021. And Thank You for Being Here in 2022.
And which of those albums was that song off of?
That song was actually off of Whenever If Ever. What song do you have for me?
I have Why Can the Bodies Fly by Warning. They're a early 80s band from Germany. They're a duo, and I don't know quite how to describe their style. You might just have to hear it for yourself.
Germany? Is it sung in English?
It is sung in English. Do not get your hopes up for understanding any of it, though.
They've got some interesting album art there.
They do. So I guess yeah, it's 2 men dressed very in a way that's kind of similar to like Darth Vader, descending an escalator, and it's like lit in this very harsh like blue light, and they're backlit by like pink light, and it is ominous and strange and also like really silly, but in a cool way.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah. What'd you think?
Um, there's a lot of things that crossed my mind there.
What do you want our first topic of discussion to be with this one?
Well, they definitely stuck with the space theme.
Yeah. I think. Well, I guess. Should I go into the just the musical styles going into this one first, perhaps?
Actually, what I noticed was, I couldn't even tell like what the lineup was. I heard backup vocalists. I think maybe two or three.
There was a backup vocalist for this song. But the band is primarily two different members. There is not a lot of information about them online. So I don't know exactly who did what. Although what I do know is that one of them whose name was um I believe is Edgar Schlepper. If It's a German name, so there's a good chance that is not how it is pronounced. But
Hmm.
was had some success at like very minor success doing some like pop disco stuff in Germany. And then the other member was Hans Mueller. Both of whom went under the pseudonyms Ed Vanguard and Mike Yonder for this band.
So they had like surnames for the band. That's pretty cool.
That yeah.
Huh.
And the musical styles going into this, well, I mean, as I mentioned, one of them worked in disco before, and you can definitely like hear that in a lot of points.
Oh yeah, it kind of sounds like if Guar took up like disco pop. It's just
Yes,
yeah.
because and that brings me to the other thing, but it also has those like very like heavy, distorted, like almost like Sabbath guitars, and like a pretty early example of like extreme vocals. Like actually, like there is a slim but real chance that those were like the heaviest vocals of 1982.
No,
Um,
they were definitely. I don't. They were like they weren't growled, nor were they screamed. They were more like grumbled. I don't know what word to put to it, but
I mean, I
definitely a
guess.
unique vocal style.
Yes, it's definitely an interesting one. It has the song has been covered by a death metal band much later called like Punch and Stench.
Mm,
But yeah, within that song actually got to like number 11 on the like German charts. But the band has since gone on as I want to say cult classic, but honestly, they might not even be known enough to have a cult around them.
interesting.
They are. I mean, it's kind of hard music to really explain to somebody.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's definitely bizarre, I'd say.
it's something, yeah.
Yeah,
I guess the other thing I wanted to go into was the lyrics. They are mostly kind of nonsense.
yeah, I definitely heard something that I heard repeated was why don't the bodies fly? Is there like a meaning behind that?
It is instead I believe why can the bodies fly? True to the name of the song.
Mm.
Um, the full chorus is "Why can the bodies fly?" without a laugh, and then the backup vocalists. I was shocked to hear they were saying real words too. Proclaim, "We killed it. I am lost in the darkest woods, without a moon." And then the backup vocalists once again say, "They killed it." Well, I guess it changes from "we" to "they," but still. So and
That's
I
definitely
think.
bizarre. Yeah.
Mhm. The other verses are "Starless night, deathful night. Ghosts are walking in the tropics, like the shadows making terror on the morrow of the sun."
Wait, how many albums did
Two,
this band had? Two? Really?
two.
Okay.
Yes, in 1982 there was just self-titled "Warning," and then "Electric Eyes" in '83. It's
And then after that, they just kind of fell off the face of the earth.
yeah, actually, I have heard that people have figured out who the like people did figure out who the members were, and they both of them are dead now. But
It's a shame.
yeah,
Somebody needed to question them as to what this was.
And why this was,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
this was even. Yeah, they are. There's something of an anomaly for sure, but I guess now as like inscrutable as the lyrics are, I think like they still like point to like a certain like tone or like theme sometimes getting more explicit in some of the other songs, but like
Mhm.
a thing that I feel like comes up a lot is this idea of like nature kind of being like consumed or destroyed or like replaced with technology. Like, well, I guess like it's less present in this one, I guess, outside of like maybe the idea of like laughter having been killed and like the moon having been killed and stuff. But Like a later song on the album, albeit a like somehow less accessible one, has a lyric about like the sun being replaced by a neon light and stuff.
Hmm.
And I've even heard some people like read some like kind of like Cold War anxiety into some of the lyrics as well.
Interesting. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think putting the context of the Cold War, that is actually yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's they are something they at once feel like it's insane that this happened in the 80s, and at the same time this couldn't have happened any time other than the 80s, you know?
Yeah, 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 yeah. If this happened any other time, I'd be a little concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, are you not concerned just like as is?
I can't say that I'm not. I'm pretty concerned.
Yeah, it's they are definitely an interesting one, and a band that at once I really enjoy but also feel somehow cursed with the knowledge of, as if I have read some kind of eldritch tome which has given me like knowledge that my ears were not meant to hear, and I now am like burdened with the knowledge of its existence, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I definitely have a few bands that I feel that way about myself.
Mhm.
However, I hate to keep drawing like coming back to Guar, but they definitely, I wonder if Guar like borrowed a little bit of their sound from
That's possible. I don't know like how like much like underground metal stuff discovered them. I have heard theories that like Laibach or however they're pronounced
mhm.
were actually like their style of like industrial metal, whether like that was influenced by them. I'm not sure if that's the case, but you know it's possible. And then of course Pungent Stench obviously knew about them. So I mean, it is certainly possible that like Guar would have been aware of them and maybe been influenced by them.
Yeah, that makes sense. I they just, the get-ups are very similar. The
I
lyrical themes are very similar.
that yeah, the Get Ups. Another interesting point is that they're also there's definitely a lot of Sabbath influence in there with the like grinding down tuned guitars and stuff.
Hmm.
Which of course get like more atmospheric and doomy in other places, but um those the outfits they have now of course this is we can't really show you them because this is a radio thing, but
Yeah.
you please look them up, they're insane. They also kind of resemble the like the like gas mask like things they
Oh yeah.
have on that like that Black Sabbath album like Never Say Die, like they're quite similar to that but like more Darth Vader-y.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
It's just such a bizarre sound. Like I couldn't even tell you what might have inspired them other than your recollection of Black Sabbath.
Hmm.
Because yes, I definitely heard the like droning, just like kind of constant like palm muted zero.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, no, that was an experience.
Yeah, that is a good word for it. Yeah. They are Warning is very interesting. One thing that also I think makes it even harder to discover them is they are nowhere near the only band called Warning. Not only is there like I think like another like older hard rock band called Warning, there's another doom metal band called Warning which came later and I think is like more well known as well, which like farther makes it harder to find them. That the other Warning is good but entirely different.
Hmm.
Um
Yeah, no, I imagine that's also drowned in a sea of songs called Warning.
oh
Uh,
I would expect, yeah.
yeah, yeah. One word like like band names are pretty much dead at this point. They've been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one this is completely off topic, but just something that I think is really funny is that Spotify will get utterly convinced that like a vague like one cool sounding word like metal bands for sure featured on a ton of like rap albums that came out at a time they were not active because it's just such a common name. So stuff like Trouble or Mayhem or something. Spotify claims were on a ton of different albums that they like for sure were not, and I think that's quite funny. Which brings me to another point. Strangely, that song that we played is the only Warning song that is on Spotify, and it's also a shortened version of it. There are no other Warning songs on Spotify. The you'll have to go like elsewhere to find the full albums,
That's insane.
which is I don't know why that one song is there. Then.
Yeah, that's kind of strange that they'd only choose the one.
Yeah, I mean, like, that was the only one that like made it to the charts at all, and even that is like, what's going on in Germany to inspire like
Oh yeah, yeah. Who hurt you, Germany?
a song like even in the 80s, a song like that coming out in America would not get to number 11.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
no. I feel like they'd like if they did that in America, they'd probably be like ostracized by the society.
and yeah, I mean, y- I mean, dear listeners, should this music be socially acceptable?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'd be very concerning if we were walking around listening to that every day.
Yeah, if you were just you're just listening to like pop radio, and it's like, oh yeah, turn on Why Can't the Bodies Fly?
we think we think we're a violent society now. Only in the alternate universe where this was popular in the US in the 80s was it yeah, no, I think there would have been like 10 times more violent deaths in the US just because of that one song.
I think really what would really increase is there'd be more amounts of like people like donning esoteric robes and like just kind of like gathering magic tomes and just kind of wandering into the wilderness.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think because that's really like that's what inspires me to do, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Yeah, it definitely makes me want to become a space wanderer and
The space wizard, yeah.
yeah, a space
This
wizard.
is space
Yep.
wizard music.
Yes, definitely.
You should listen to our future episodes if you want more space wizard music.
Yeah, more
probably.
space wizard music. You should definitely come back. We are Title Talk. We'll be here every other week.
I am DJ Bast.
I am DJ Firebrand, and I hope y'all have a good evening.